Viagra. Just a quarter of a tablet every morning, that's all I take. Just a quarter of a tablet of Viagra. Doesn't help with me sex life, but it gives me just enough to stop me pissing on me feet. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rod Gregory. Me mates call me the Old Fella. I don't mind that. What I do detest is getting old. First thing to go on me was me memory, followed closely by me eyesight. There's another thing I bloody hate about getting old. Memory. That's the first thing to go. Bloke here reckons that's an old joke. Wasn't when I wrote it. Now, I've had 3 back operations, gallbladder out, hip, knees and shoulder done. I got sugar, diabetes and high blood pressure. I take 29 and a quarter pills each morning just to get myself started. Don't forget the quarter. 29 and a quarter pills each morning just to get myself started. That's given me mini blackouts. Eyesight comes and goes. Reflexes are shot. I shit every 3 weeks. I piss every 3 minutes. Can't hear anything quieter than a jet engine. Thank Christ I've still got my driver's licence. Don't you just love them old bastards that drive at half the speed limit, eh? You know them pricks that's doing 80 and 110 zone, they got their left-hand winker going for 20 kilometres and they're in the middle lane. Don't you just adore them? Well, I tell you what, it's a bloody sight worse when you realise you're one of them. But oh, I'm lucky. My arthritis is not that bad. I can still get my finger up as those bloody hoons go roaring past. Ah, dear. I've been married to my little Mary for 47 years. Thank you. She's a bit of a goer, is my Mary. She likes her bit of nookie. 3 passions in life is Mary. Sex, shoes and sex. I call her my little turtle. No, not turtle dove, mate. Just turtle. Flip her on her back and her legs fall apart. They get worse, love, don't worry. I was sitting out on the veranda the other night. Fraser, my grandson, comes out to me and he says, "Papa," that's what he calls me, see, as Papa. He says, "Papa, what do you think you're doing sitting out here in the freezing cold with no pants on?" I says, "Fraser, lad, it's your nana's idea. I was sitting out here last night without me coat on. Woke up this morning with a stiff neck." Mary was flipping through the channels the other day. Now that we've retired, we've got this U-Butte Ostar thing. Shit, it must have 1,000 channels in it. I've had to give it away, I got RSI. But Mary was flipping through and she comes across this R-rated stuff. She's looking at it for a while and she looks across at me and she said, "We used to do a bit of that." I said, "Yeah, I know." Then she gets this little twinkle in her eye and she reckons, "Do you reckon we can have another crack at it?" I said, "Bloody oath, I'm willing to try." So I shot into the toilet. Me 3 minutes was up. Came back out in the bedroom and there's Mary, stark bollocky naked, standing on her head. I said, "Turtle." I said, "Turtle, what the hell you think you're doing, standing on your head like that without a stitch on?" She said, "Well, love, I wasn't too sure if you could still get it up. Thought you might want to just drop it in." Shocking, aren't they, eh? When shopping, shoes, of course. Mary wanted some black ones. Apparently the other 40 pairs of black ones, the wrong shade of black. Anyway, we're in this lift thing, see? And in wanders these couple of gorgeous-looking Sheilas. Oh, Jesus, mate, not ugly, I tell you, not ugly. Mary says to him, she says, "Shit, you girls smell pretty." Now, the first one, real toffee sort, she says she's wearing a fragrance called Chanel No. 5 and it's $200 an ounce. The other one says she's wearing Poison. It's $150 an ounce. The lift door's open, we're just wandering out. Mary lets go the best fart. Looks over her shoulder and says, "Cabbage, $2.50. Hey? You gotta love her, hey? Hey, she sent me shopping. Sent me down the shops to get some deodorant. So I've gone down the shops and I've obviously had a boy's look because when I got back I put the deodorant on the kitchen table and Mary said to me, "You've had a boy's look. You brought the wrong bloody stuff back. You know damn well we have a roll-on deodorant and you brought back a stick deodorant. I don't even know how to use a stick deodorant." I said, "Well, read the instructions." She did. The instructions read, "Remove cap, push up bottom." Poor bitch could hardly walk. Make a whole room smell like a pine forest when she farted, though. Beat the shit out of that $2.50 cabbage. Oh dear. Got to bed late that night. Mary doesn't like me telling you this one, but you seem to be a pretty broad-minded mob, so I'll tell you anyway. God, we went to bed late that night. Must have been 8:30. Bucket if I could get to sleep. Tossing and turning and turning and tossing. Stuffed if I could get to sleep. So I went for the ultimate sleeping pill. You blokes know what that is. I taps Mary on the bum and I says, "Turtle, you awake?" Now, for those of you that don't come from the country, out in the bush, that's called foreplay. I said, "Turtle, you awake?" She says, "Well, as a matter of fact, I am, love, but I'm going to have to disappoint you. I've got a gynaecologist appointment tomorrow morning and I want to stay fresh." Bugger. But then she gets that little twinkle in her eye and she says to me, "But my dental appointment's not till next week, though." Hey, it gets worse because then she says, "Teeth in or out?" Ah! I said, "Bugger it, there's got to be some advantage of getting old, leave the bastards out." I told you they got worse, love. Went to get myself some boots. Reckon now that I've retired from farming, I'd get myself some dress boots. And seeing that I've got this pissing on my feet under control, I'd get some suede ones. So I went into R.M. Williams and I bought myself some new U-Butte suede dress boots and I wore the bastards home. Did a jig around the kitchen table, said to Mary, "Do you notice anything different?" She said, "No." Oh, bugger. So I shot into the bedroom and I took everything off. Put back on me new U-Butte suede dress boots, came back out in the kitchen, did a jig around the kitchen table. Stark, bollocky, naked, nothing on except me new U-Butte suede dress boots. There's a vision for you, isn't it? And nothing on except me new U-Butte suede dress boots. Said to Mary, "Do you notice anything different now?" She says, "It was hanging down last week. It's hanging down now, and I'll bet you me bottom dollar it'll be hanging down next week." I said, "Woman, it's hanging down because it's looking at me new boots." She said, "You should have bought a hat." We were sitting in our pine-scented lounge room. They're a bit quicker over there. We were sitting in our pine-scented lounge room just looking at the TV. Just sitting there just looking at it. Must have been doing that for an hour or more, I reckon. Mary said to me, "Do you reckon you should turn it on?" See, that's the trouble with doing nothing. You never know when you're finished. Anyway, I got up to turn it on and Mary said, well, while you're up, wouldn't mind a bowl of ice cream. And I said, well, that's all right, love, I'll get you a bowl of ice cream. Would you like some strawberries and cream to go with it? And she said, yeah, that'd be good. Don't you reckon you better write that down? I said, don't be silly, Turtle, I won't forget that. The kitchen's just here. I went out to the kitchen. About 10 minutes later, I came back in and I gave her bacon and eggs. She looked up and she says, you've forgotten me toast. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had an absolute ball here tonight. You see, at home I don't often get a chance to finish a sentence, let alone string a few of them together. I'm going to piss off now. I'm going to take the dog for a walk. Last night, between him and I, we got 27 trees, 3 stovey poles and the front wheels of a Beamer. Wouldn't be dead for quids.